What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Do Crew? This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining us here. Hey, it is Monday. It is Victory Monday. It is the day after the game. We have, it moved up to 10-1. We've got a lot of things to talk about today because let's be honest, it is a short week. It's going to be a short week this week. Then you get 7 days before your next game, and then the Lions basically get their second bye of the season. And it couldn't probably come at a better time because, as you're all probably aware from the thumbnail for this, plus if you watched the game yesterday or the last few games, Lions are dealing with some injuries. This is a serious situation for them, as it is for everybody in the NFL at this time of the year. Because you know what? Nobody's 100%. Everybody's taking those hits. Everybody's feeling it in their bodies. Anytime you can give guys off, that's probably going to be very beneficial. All right, real quick before we get into the 5 headlines now, and we're going to introduce a new segment, real quick segment, called the Do Center, the DSPN Do Center. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so, making that march for 11,100 subs, and we are roughly, 50 subs away from it, something like that. 60 subs away from it. Also, if you would be so kind, reach on down, hit that thumbs up button, that like button. As you probably know, if you watch YouTube, it helps out all content creators, get the content out to more and more new people. So we're trying to get every video between 200, 300, 400, whatever it is, thumbs up or likes. Last but never least, if you are considering buying or selling property anywhere in the great state of Michigan or continental United States, go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a text. You now see my number on your screen, 269-998-2384. Let's have a quick conversation, see what I can do to save you some money, make the process easier, and help you find that, commercial property, vacant land, whatever it may be, see what we can do for you. All right, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get over to the first segment of the show, and let's gonna make it 5 headlines now. All right, 5 headlines now roaring out of it wasn't maybe the biggest blowout ever yesterday, but let's give a real quick moment of pause and say, man, what a job Aaron Glenn has done with this defense. Giving up 6 points in 2 straight games, that's something I don't know if I can remember the last time any team did it in the NFL, let alone a Detroit Lions defense. So give a real quick shout out to him. And let's also be fair, he's doing it with a lot of mix and matching parts. The Lions defense has been beset by injuries. All right, Lions break multiple franchise records in Week 12 win. And this is from the Sporting News. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this up on the screen for you guys real quick. 1 second, please, because we did break a lot of records. All right, let's go ahead and slide on down to it. And see if I can maybe make that a little bit bigger on your screen. Well, it's good enough, I guess. Good enough. All right, 10 consecutive wins 10 plus wins in consecutive season. First time in the franchise history. Now, that's not so bad, you say. Well, wait, in the season of all sorts of records, we keep doing more and more records. Lions have won 22 games over the last 2 seasons, the most wins in any 2-span in team history. And my suspicion is there could be a few more coming that way. Lions have started the season 10-1. This ties the 1934 Lions for the best start to a season in franchise history. We get it, man. This season is special and probably not one most people would have said they would ever saw coming. So kudos to the Detroit Lions for pulling that off. And yes, I do think they're going to have a pretty magical end to the season. Taylor Decker gives optimistic update on the injured leg after the Lions win. USA Today, story by Jeff Risden. So as we all know, we watched the game yesterday. Taylor Decker got sandwiched between 2 guys, and the worst part for any offensive lineman is the hit from behind because you're bracing, you're holding usually somebody back, all your weight and your mass, your body structure is going forward, then somebody clips you from behind. That's what happened with Taylor Decker. I personally thought he took a knee to the lower back, but it sounds like he's going to be okay, although he is anticipating he's going to be pretty sore today, tomorrow, etc. I'm guessing the Lions medical staff are going to have to work some real miracles with not just him, but with several other players, because you know what? You do have today off, but tomorrow you're in a day earlier than expected. You're going to have to go through a lot of film study, and I'm going to suspect neither team, any team that plays on Thursday night football, whether it's for Thanksgiving or otherwise, you're doing no pads. You're just doing dress rehearsals, walkthrough. Do everything you can over these next several days to try to help those bodies heal and recuperate. One of the advantages the Lions will have as being one of the NFL's younger teams, younger bodies typically heal up faster than older bodies. Decker, though, is not among the younger guys on the team. All right, first look, Chicago Bears at Detroit Lions odds and lines. Sportsbook Wire, story by Tim Hensley. Just real quick, hey, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this one because we'll be getting into it more throughout the week. But anybody who's watched the Chicago Bears probably understands they are starting to look better. So is Caleb Williams. Shout out to USC. He is starting to look a little bit more calm and comfortable out there. Had a pretty decent showing yesterday. But besides all that, the Lions are going to come in as basically 10-point favorites at 10.5. And you guys have explained what the 0.5 is. So thank you for that. So Lions are coming in. That's a pretty favorable score for them. Can the Bears make a game of it? I think a lot of it's going to come down to who's in and out on the defensive side of the ball. Aaron Glenn, we talked about him at the start of the show. He needs a lot of praise for what he's done with missing all the defensive ends that are out. All the linebackers are out. The cornerbacks are out. I mean, let's face it. Yesterday, about halfway through that third quarter, the Lions starting cornerbacks, or maybe it was the fourth quarter, whatever it was, neither one of them were out there, and yet the Lions kept playing. They kept doing well. Can Caleb Williams be kind of suckered into some bad throws or whatever? We're going to see what Glenn comes up with. But early on, this is looking, at least according to Vegas, like it should be a favorable matchup for the Lions. All right, Andrew Whitworth compares Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. Story by Matt Borelli, La Rams Wire. You know, I didn't really want to pull this up, but to be fair, there's not a whole lot of headlines today just because it is, I think everybody's starting to just get over yesterday's games. And not a whole lot of news till later today. We'll probably get some updates on injured players, etc. But, hey, somebody who blocked for both guys, gave a little bit of thought on both of them, likes them both, think they're both very same other than their personalities. As far as their play in the field, compared Stafford to John Wayne and Jared Goff to a teddy bear. He says he's like the teddy bear you grew up with carrying around when you were a little kid and just wouldn't let anything happen to it. You know, I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it was nice to hear somebody who's played with both guys say, hey, they're both pretty dang good quarterbacks. Both of them have their strengths and weaknesses. They're both very, very different. All right, last of the 5 headlines now. Jared Goff falls quiet in Week 12 despite Lions win. Story by Rollerball Staff. So I didn't think it was his greatest outing out there, but a lot of that, if you go back and watch the coaching film, which I watched a little bit this morning, I thought a lot of it was just give credit to the Colts. The Colts, you could see, came up with some unique man zone coverages. So they have man in certain parts, zone on others. You could see it wasn't just on Goff, but you could see how it affected the receivers out there too. Ben Johnson, I thought he made some nice adjustments about halfway through the second quarter, but still, the Colts did give their staff some credit and their players. They did some nice things. They got some pressure. They shut down the run a little bit yesterday, at least enough to not be totally ran over by it. And I think you'll probably see the Bears or maybe the Green Bay Packers trying to mirror this. Whether or not you can pull it off, especially if you give Ben Johnson Goff a little bit more time and reps at defeating it, probably become less effective. But I do think you'll see on Thursday the Bears try something similar. Also, like I said, the following week against the Green Bay Packers. All right, next segment of the show, we'll just have a little fun with this. We're going to get to the Do Center. And yes, I'm going to have to come up with a new lead-in for this. But all right, getting over the DSPN Do Center. Sonic and Knuckles, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Dave Montgomery, the 11th game each scored rushing TD, most by a duo in NFL history. And man, you still got a lot of games left this season, let alone following seasons. Sonic and Knuckles are absolutely a problem for every team we face to have to adjust to. Again, Montgomery went down later in the game with a potential, I should say, shoulder injury, did get back from the locker room, came back dressed, but did not re-enter the game. My anticipation is he's going to be a full go this weekend. He's probably going to have to wear some more pads underneath the shoulder pads just to help protect his shoulder. But I can't imagine there's too many players that are going to want to sit this one out, let alone somebody who's a true warrior like David Montgomery. He's going to try to go over and run people over, while obviously Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go out there and just do his thing. But kudos to both of them. I think they're having a phenomenal start and apparently a real good kinship between them both. You hear them both talked in yesterday post-game, talk about each other. They enjoy the rivalry, kind of budding between them all, because they know that helps the team and it also helps fuel each other to bigger success. All right, next one, Detroit Lions. This comes from their PR department. The most rushing TDs through the first 11 games of a season in Detroit Lions history. Number one is 24 in the 1934 Detroit Lions. They are tied, obviously, with this year's Detroit Lions and the 1936 Detroit Lions. So Detroit has also rushed for 100-plus yards and a touchdown in each of the first 11 games of the season for the first time since 1936. And then last of the Deuce Center, hey, best records entering Thanksgiving Day game. Yes, you're probably not surprised by this. 2024, 10-1, and then 1934, the Detroit Lions are both 10-1 in those seasons. 56, we started 7-1, and in 54 as well. All right, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get over to the main topic of the day, and we've got some injuries to talk about before we get over to the Dew Crew. Let's see, what do you guys' thoughts are on these guys? Do you think they all power through it? Do you think any of them have to get held out? I guess we'll see what everybody has to say on that as we get over to the main topic of the day. All right, main topic of the day. We've already kind of covered some of these a little bit, but let's go through it. Lions have a number of injuries coming into Thursday's game. Here's what we'd say the quick update. David Montgomery, they've already got the lists out for Thursday night's games. He is listed as questionable. Now, like we were talking about just moments ago, I do think they'll probably pad him up a little extra. The fact that it's a positive sign to me as a coach, the fact he went to the locker room, had the helmet off, shoulder pads off, uniform off, at least, the chest area of the uniform, and then came back with everything on. So clearly nothing was broken, nothing, over the top. So it was just something probably it was distrained or displaced or whatever momentarily, but he's probably going to power through it, would be my anticipation. The big one that everybody's going to be watching, I put it in the thumbnail, everybody's going to be watching for probably like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon for the update on Carlton Davis. My personal opinion, and no, I am not an athletic trainer. I'm just 1,000 years old and been around injuries for a while. I do think he probably had a Charlie horse or whatever you want to call it, a strain in the calf or whatever, Carlton Davis. But they're going to have to get that confirmed to make sure there's no more significant injury. You could see him after he left the field when he went out with that he was riding the bike. So that's a good sign. I don't think their medical staffs are going to let you do that if you tore up your ACL or MCL or something else. But to be fair, they have to confirm that. If he's not able to go, which right now he's currently listed as questionable for the game, that's going to put a big strain on that secondary, because you could see the difference having Terrion Arnold out of the game made for that secondary. Now you take Arnold potentially Carlton Davis III out. That would make it very different. And Caleb Williams, who is looking better since they changed the offensive coordinators over in Chicago, he might be pretty thankful if they're both out. Any questions about Terrion Arnold, because he is questionable for Thursday still? I think with a lot of fans saw how valuable he is truly for this defense, rookie or not, penalty or not. Everybody calling for him to get benched a month ago. Don't put him in the game. Why is this guy in there? Well, we're probably all shutting our mouths at this point and just saying, no, he should be out there. So we'll see on both guys, but it's going to be a probably slow 48 to 72-hour window for Lions fans trying to get updates on both of them, because with them in, and if they're healthy enough to play at a high level, this Lions secondary might be one of the better ones in the NFL. Without them, and again, I'm not going to say anybody's trash or anything like that. Vildor had a rough start to yesterday's game, and it continued throughout most of the game. Perhaps he plays a little bit better than once he's gotten some of the rust off or whatever this week, but there's clearly a difference between him, Davis III, and Terrion Arnold. All right, Khalif Raymond, questionable with a foot injury. My guess, and it's just a guess at this point, he'll probably be good to go. Although if they don't play him Thursday, I won't be surprised. Kobe Sorsdale, questionable. You know what? He hasn't played all year. He hasn't been active all year. So is it really going to impact the team? Probably not. Alaquin Muhammad, linebacker /N, is also going to be questionable for this weekend's game, or this Thursday's game. I got to remember, keep saying weekend, but you guys get it. Is he going to be a big loss one way or the other? If he's in or out, probably not, but it would be nice to have him just because he is a little bit more mobile of a defensive end than some of the other guys we have. And Caleb Williams, as we know, is starting to run a little bit more and more. He is a mobile quarterback. Bears injury report, Tyler Scott. I have no idea about some of these Bears players, by the way. Questionable. Karan, oh boy, am I going to kill that last name? I'm going to try offensive lineman, questionable. Amir Speed, cornerback, questionable. Dominic Robinson, defensive end, questionable. Elijah Hicks, safety, is also questionable. But getting back to the Lions, the injury front, I mean, what the Lions defense is doing with all the guys out, it's great to see. And yes, I thought the linebackers, Long Jr., played more than I anticipated he would yesterday. He looked pretty good out there. You could see the way he flowed out there was pretty good. I think the front seven of Detroit, to be honest, yesterday, I thought they played as well as anybody could expect. But that secondary, if Carlton Davis, if Terrion Arnold can't go, that's going to be the big question mark against the quarterback who's starting to gain some confidence, starting to gain some ability, and some mobility showing up more and more in his game. All right, so these are my thoughts on the injury front situation. What say you guys, though? Let me know in the comment section, and let's, hey, we can all say what we want about Vildor or whoever else. But, I know we talked about it during the live cast yesterday. If the coaching staff has him out there, unless we all think the coaching staff are idiots, they're saying that's the best guy we have available to go in there. So sort of like, the last few weeks or even earlier in the year when people were saying get Arnold out of there, you got to have somebody better to put in there. That's the problem. So I think we all get it at this point. At least I would hope so. Terrion Arnold is a starting cornerback here. There's no Rakestraw. He's on the IR. Emmanuel Mosley, man, yesterday was his first game back, so I get maybe not wanting to overburden him. Could we potentially see him more Thursday? I don't know. Maybe. But again, to repeat a dead point for a coaching standpoint, you're putting your best players out there. If those are the players you put out there, you're saying everybody on the bench is not better than that guy. So we'll have to wait and see, though. All right, let's get to you guys, Do Crew, see what you guys have to say about these injuries and anything else. And it's going to take me a minute to scroll to the top of the screen, so please give me a second here. All right, almost there. 1, 2, and 3. JDC, good morning, all you Lions Talk Livers. Go Lions. Woo! 10-1, baby. Did you honestly, let me know in the comment section, did you guys honestly think the Lions would have a chance to be 10-1 going into the Thanksgiving Day game? I know, looking back at the notes, the great Dan O'Damas did not have us at 10-1. Had us at 9-2, I believe. Let's see, Bo, good morning, Duke Crew. Victory Monday is so sweet. I see Super Bowl. Woo! And good morning to you, too. Jessica, good morning, Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Hoping Davis, Arnold, and Decker can play. I do believe Decker will be able to go. It's my guess, and only a guess, Terrion Arnold will be able to go because it looked like towards the end of last week he was trending towards playing. In fact, MCDC said, nah, he's fine or whatever. And I want to say that was Friday's presser. And then, of course, he was later that day deactivated or ruled out, however you want to term it, for Sunday's game. My anticipation is with Arnold, they simply left him out so he could have a couple extra days to heal, fully get right, knowing about Thursday, knowing about the following Thursday against Green Bay. So that's my guess. That's all it is. As far as Davis, I feel like it was just a cramp, but you know what? They don't ask me, and I'm not there with eyes on them, so wait and see. The non-laughers, good morning, Duke Crew starters, exclamation point, good game, but dang, Vildor looked bad. Man, that's going to be the topic all week. If Davis or Arnold are ruled out, and it's just one of them, I mean, let's be fair, the Colts, they weren't idiots. They kept going after Vildor, which probably exacerbated his problems. The one problem I really had watching the game live and then watching even more on film, he basically was playing zone coverage out there, in my opinion. Kept eyes in the backfield way too long, and that's why in the deep sideline shots, he kept seeing guys get slight separation from him, but enough separation to make some plays. Lions also got some favorable throws from Anthony Richardson. There were some throws there, and we all watched it, where it was just, hey, maybe a foot or two off from being a completion. You know, the Bears are going to do the same stuff because you see that weakness. Now you've got a game to fully review that weakness with Vildor. You're going to keep going after him. What does Aaron Glenn do to try to help remediate that? I don't know. We'll have to wait and watch on Thursday. Generic greetings, salutations, everyone. Same to you. Matty B. Sup, Coach Dan? Exclamation point. Sup, Duke Crew? Exclamation points. 10-1 is friggin' awesome. But can we quit trading starters for W's and just get the W's? Hey, that would be great if it could happen, man. Big Eddie, greetings, salutations. On the third day, Davis will rise again. I see what you did there. The guy's a warrior. I'm not worried about TD. He came back in. Yeah, Taylor Decker, yeah, he did. And again, knowing Decker is, I'm not saying he's on his final year in the league, but he knows he's probably got a couple years left. He sees what's out on the field. Don't forget him, Glasgow, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Frank the Tank Ragnow, all those guys. They've been through all the mud that was this franchise prior to MCDC, Brad Holmes, and everybody else revitalizing it. They know what they have here, opportunity-wise. They want to go through and get those wins. They want to get to that Super Bowl. Steve, good morning to Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Exclamation point. The victory is sweet, but the cost is getting high, and Philadelphia suddenly looks formidable. Yeah, Philly's, if I had to guess right now, Philly's probably our number one challenger in the NFC to get to the Super Bowl. They've got a lot of good stuff. They're fairly healthy. I mean, they do have some injuries like everybody, but compared to us, they're fairly healthy, I would say. I haven't done a deep dive on them, so if I'm completely off on that, apologies. They can run the ball. They've got a mobile quarterback. They've got some speed at receiver, and their younger secondary is starting to develop. So we'll have to wait and see. Worry about that one week at a time, though. It'll be a while before we face them. Manny B. Vildor has always been bad. Why he's still on the roster is more mysterious than what is beyond the event horizon of a black hole. The only thing I can say, Manny B, is you got to find somebody who's better than him. That's the tough part. In free agency right now, somebody who hasn't already signed with another team, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I don't know of somebody else being out there that would be a better sign. Emmanuel Mosley, it's my anticipation, whether it's Thursday or the following Thursday, just as he gets more acclimated, gets back into things, he's probably going to supplant Vildor. I'm guessing that's going to be the case, but I also get, hey, this coaching staff, you look at them and why the players love it here, you get your shots. You know what? You put in the work, you put in the grind, we're going to reward you and give you an opportunity. Now, he had his opportunity. Did he make the most of it? That's probably a debatable thing, but I do think at some point you're going to see Emmanuel Mosley, if Davis and Arnold can't go, probably get that opportunity as well. That'd be good morning, Duke Crew. 10-1 feels so good. Woo! Exclamation points. The only thing stopping this team are the injuries. We just can't stay healthy. Monty and Decker should be good for Thursday. I agree with that. Any word on Carlton Davis? Official word, no. Probably later today, yes. Mike 505, good morning, Coach. Regular season is too long and has a bye as early as Lions did. It's almost like not having one at all. You know, we all loved it when it happened. The only thing I can say is get past this Thursday's game and next Thursday's game. You're going to be able to give players, whatever it is, 5 days off. So it's not a full 7-day bye, but you know what? You're going to give them a fair chunk of time off. It's as good as you're going to get probably for any team at this point in the year. Dennis, good morning. Dan, Duke Crew, same to you, Dennis. Trey, what's good, everybody? Question mark. We could be very short-handed Thursday. Could be. Chicago and Williams are looking better. They are, man. They are. I haven't done a lot of film work on Chicago. I watched a little bit of the game after getting off air yesterday. You can see Williams is going through progressions a little bit faster, but you could also see where he hesitates. I think that's where Aaron Glenn's going to have to attack him, hit him with some nuances that he's not used to. I do think he's still struggling in against man-to-man defense because that does require a little bit more accuracy and timing. Zone, you can get away with a little less accuracy. I mean, it's you're splitting hairs here and there, but hey, if Davis and Arnold get out there and go, and we can get pressure on Williams, I think it could be a very nice outing for the Detroit Lions. But you got to get both guys healthy and got to get them out there where they're not hurting the team. Maybe. And how about this? Can the Vikings and Packers just lose a game here and there? You know what? Maybe in time. I know they've all passed the test, but you know what? The good part is we can give them those losses. Phil, good morning. Back at you, Phil. Tori, Williams did enough to win yesterday for the Bears. I am starting to believe the only way Minnie and Green Bay drop games is if we beat them. No, I agree. I don't know each team's full remaining schedule. Haven't paid that much attention to them. To be fair, I've probably paid more attention to Philadelphia, who does have a couple of tough games coming up. Wait and see one thing at a time. The good thing is the Lions control their own fate at this point. That's really all you can ask. Phil, NFC North is best in the league. I would agree with that. I would agree without question. Steve, the Vikings Packers will just not go away. The NFC North is one of the toughest divisions in the league. I agree 1,000%. Rob, greetings, salutations, Coach and Dan and Duke Crew. The 10-1 Lions are the grooviest, Daddy-O. I like the way you're thinking. Jess, greetings, salutations. The next 2 games are huge. Get past these and have our second bye week. Yeah, I agree, man, because you'll play Thursday against the Packers. Thursday night football, then you're going to be able to give your guys, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So 4 days, probably that, maybe even Tuesday. I don't know, maybe bring him in for just kind of walkthroughs and treatments, but we'll just say 4 to 5 days off. And at this point in the league, I'm guessing that's every player's salivating at that. Matty B, I'd prefer the NFC North to be a little more NFC South. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it, if everybody else could just fall off? Steve, I am hoping that we have Arnold back for the Thanksgiving Day game. Vildor was getting beat badly. My guess is he will be, but we're going to have to wait and see probably whatever is announced today or tomorrow. France, good day, everyone. Coach, you were in Iceland this year, if I remember correct. I was, yep, and I know... they're getting hit with another volcanic explosion. Although when I was there, the reports on the island were that the island grew by 1.5 miles over the previous year because of all the volcanic overflow. My guess it's going to grow by another 1.5 miles this year. So talk about free real estate. But thoughts and prayers to everybody over there. I know some people are definitely being affected. Matty B, I've decided Vildor's nickname is Zippo because he keeps getting lit up every snap in zero coverage. He is, man. But hopefully he just keeps getting better. Trump's next cornerback up. Vildor is not the guy, but might be true there. Hopefully, if it's not Arnold and Davis returning, then maybe Mosley can step in. Man Bear 10-1. Oh, yeah, I'll go with that. Rich, I'm telling you what, Dan, if a couple of those flags don't come on those long completions, the score could have been a lot closer. I don't understand why we didn't put Mosley. The only thing I could say is maybe they said he wasn't fully ready. Keep in mind, he is only been active for, whatever it is, 3 weeks now. So he's kind of getting caught up to everybody. The only other thing I can say, Rich, is that the coaches are telling you, like I was saying earlier, that Vildor is better than Mosley at this point. Stephanie, good morning, boys. Excellent point. Getting the kids off to school. I'm worried about our defense if Arnold and Davis can't go. I'm guessing that's going to be the big theme this week and probably next week if one of those guys can't play or both of them can't play Thursday. Don, no worries at all. We are totally fine. Let's hope so. Rob, Trump's equals Broski. Just a thought. I think Trump's is Trump's, but in Broski's Broski, I don't think it's the same person. Maybe I'm wrong. Trump's, yeah, but wouldn't it have completed the play because he was being held? Might be. Nope, not Broski. Yeah, right. Susan, Don Burr, if by fine you mean returning to last year's secondary if Vildor plays, then yes, we are fine. I got what you're saying there. Trump's, and you press, okay? Don, see, Vildor isn't good. People saying last year's bounce off the face mask blown INT was just a fluke play. Exclamation point. Yesterday he showed he stinks. No more Vildor, please. Yep, we'll see if they make a change at the depth at cornerback. Trumps, when you know you're going to your way every time, you should have had at least a couple of interceptions. Yeah, he's got to clean some things up. And again, I already talked about his vision looking into the backfield way too long after the snap, but we'll see, man. We're going to beat this topic to death, I can tell. Papa, good morning to those persons in the Duke Crew. Same to you. Don, Susan, fine as in injury concerns. Correct. Steve, shout out to McNeil for all the havoc he caused in the interior of the Colts offensive line. Woo! Yeah, you're not wrong. He played a heck of a game. I know I'll put it up tomorrow, the PFF scores and everything. But I thought he played very, very well. He is trending. I won't call him an elite interior defensive lineman, but I think he's getting towards the upper echelon. So I won't say top 5 or top 10, but I do think he's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of the top 15 defensive tackles, interior defensive tackles in the NFL. JDC, bring on the monsters of the midweight. Let's make them. Yes, turn them all into Hermans. Sosimo, how many more injuries can we handle? Question. Sweat doesn't look anything like the last 2 years. Did he lose a step? If you mean Montez Sweat, excuse me. He's the hard part for me, and I get why you acquire him and all that stuff, but I want to say he was 27, maybe 28 when they made the trade. So if that's correct, then he's about 30 now. We all get it, man. Over a long enough timeline, you start going this way, especially as an athlete and especially in a sport like the NFL. That's my big worry for the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams is probably by the time he's really getting his feet underneath him in the NFL year 2 or 3, that defense, a lot of those guys, they start projecting which way. They're no longer going up. They're starting to climb down. I haven't watched enough on Sweat to be able to say that's what's happening with him. I don't know if he's getting double teamed or anything. I'll be watching film on them today, tomorrow, etc. Notice Xavier Howard is still available. Could be. All right. Maybe go for him. Don, Monsters, question mark, more like teddy bears of the Midway. Well, let's hope they remain teddy bears on Thursday. JDC, Monsters, Trumps, Robs, how's the TDs? We'll find out. Quentin, Green Sanitations, you're right on that. Steve McNeil played strong yesterday. He did, man. He helped the defense out exponentially. Manny B. Vildor aside, the rest of the defense played amazing! Exclamation point. How many starters without a touchdown? How many quarters, without a touchdown? Quite a few, man. And again, at least this game and the game prior, to hold teams to only 2 field goals, that's impressive stuff, in my opinion. Patrick, Green and Sanitations, Duke Crew, and Dan, I love these Victory Mondays. Yay, this year we've had a few of them, man. And I love how it's becoming a habit forming. Woo! Yeah, let's keep it going, man. If we could, just win every game left on the schedule, that would be great. Let's see, Voltron Force, our offense will have to score more points to keep the Bears under pressure. I would say, hey, it would definitely want to hurt if we could come out and put up a lot of points early and force Caleb Williams into less balanced offense and more one-dimensional. Yeah, that would be very ideal. Dennis, man, we're the best team in football. Let that sink in, man. It never gets old saying for longtime Lions fans. Pat, everyone hit that like and sub button. Someone waking up in the morning to make a show. The least we can all do is push a button for the guy. Hey, thanks for that, man. Yeah, I enjoy doing it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the presentation too. Steve, yes, we are, but losing those players is getting me a little nervous. It should be. The nice part, I know we did a video on it a couple days ago. The nice part for some of the injured players is a lot of them should be coming back, or a lot of the players are expected to be coming back right around week 17 or 18. So you get through these next 2 games, I mean, you could probably start looking and seeing the return dates on some guys. Could it be that, Derek Barnes returns, or Alex Anzalone returns, or whoever you want to list, man? I don't want to go through the laundry list, but you get it. Some of those guys, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for them. Good morning, Duke Crew, Lions Roar. Now that's how you tame a Colt. Oh yeah, I'll go with that. Yes, we did tame them. That offense, they had some good opportunities, but you know what? The defense made some plays. JDC, Victory Monday will be changed to Victory Friday for the next 2 weeks. Yes, it will indeed, my friend. Let's see, Lions Talk Live fam, we are plagued with injuries. We are, but you know what? We're finding a way to survive. David, does anyone know what injuries Chicago has? I did read them off earlier. There could be others, but at least this is what I found as of this morning. Taylor Scott, Armstead, offensive tackle, Speed, cornerback, Dominic Robertson, defensive end, and Elijah Hicks, safety, all questionable for Thursday. Now, maybe something changes between now and Wednesday, but hey, we'll see. Speaking of hey, Don is a hey, and a hey back at you, Donnie Bird. Hardy, I am worried about the injuries and 3 games so close together. Yeah, we should be, man. There's no doubt about it. There's no way to avoid it. At this point, the good part is you've taken 1 game off the board. Now you just got to get through Thursday, and then at least you have a week to kind of recuperate before Green Bay, and then you've got 10 days between games. Trump's Mosley must really not be good if they didn't play him over Vildor. I'm guessing he's just got to get reacclimated into things. They didn't want to probably overburden him his first game back. That's my guess. I don't know. Patrick, our Lions have the best, quote, next man up, end quote, mentality. If you duck, go the term, next man up mentality. One of the first images that come up is the Lions. That's awesome. I'll have to check for the Lions. Let's see, Steve, good point. Patrick, sometimes I need to be reminded of that. All right, we'll go with that. Hendricks, I'm thinking we are seeing how important Arnold is getting to be. Yes, and again, we've talked about it in recent weeks. I think his play has exponentially gone up and away. I mean, he's done very well. The penalties have come down, but the other part of it is just being the player on the field. You can see the clear difference between him and Vildor. So maybe we need to be kind with Arnold and remember he's a rookie, but still, he's a rookie. He's already playing at that level. Rob, this Vikes-Bears game was a tragic comic affair. who would have been the last to shoot themselves in the foot. It was, and hopefully they keep both playing like that. Trumps, we need secondary help. Ban them. They made that look way, way too easy. They did, but some of it is, one, the Colts, and we talked about it, in the week leading up to the game. Anthony Richardson can't throw that deep ball. He's probably, I won't say the best in the league, but he's, as far as just deep ball and accuracy, plus arm strength and velocity, he might be a top 10 quarterback already, and he's got a lot to still work on in his game. They also have some pretty good speed downfield receivers. So I get the combination of those two things probably worked for them. Whether or not other people can mimic that, I don't know, man. I mean, Caleb Williams can throw it. Whether or not the Bears have enough speedy guys, DJ Moore, I get pops in there. But some of the other guys, I don't know if they quite fit the same bill as the Colts receivers. Lions Talk Live fan, and when you run out of the, quote, next men, well, you better find more men, I guess, then. Matty B, there is a point when you don't have any more men to call up. Derek was talking about us needing to sign Pierre Paul and get a semblance of a pass rush, and the guy is 35. I think, I know we always want to say, hey, J.J. Watt's coming in, Pierce Paul, or whoever. But if the Lions haven't brought him in, there's probably a reason why they haven't brought him in. We all probably remember the names of the guys versus more what they currently are. And I don't know. I haven't watched them play any of that stuff. I have no idea what gas they have left in the tank. But if the Lions haven't brought them in, that, again, I think it's telling you the coaching staff feels like the guys who are here currently are better than those guys. Lauren, good morning. Coach Dan and Duke Group, back at you. Don, Detroit, 218, Bears 3. I would live with that score. I would live with that pretty happily. Rob, the D gave us a comfortable win. The offense looked mortal. They did. You can see the Colts caught you off guard with a few things. Matty B, well, I need a woo to wash out the taste of some of the bitterness and enjoy a historic win. Hey, just enjoy the win. They're not all pretty. That's one thing coaching has taught me, or just sports reporting has taught me. We all can think that we should win by a gajillion points, but also remember the other coaches, the other players get played to perform as well. Sometimes they're going to out-scheme you. Sometimes they're going to catch you with nuances. Sometimes it's just not your day. But the fact that the Lions still won by, whatever it was, 18 points, let that sink in. You didn't play your best by any stretch of the imagination. You still won on the road by 18 points. Long-suffering Lions fans, man, just winning would be enough. Now we're getting to the point where, man, if we don't win by 30, man, I feel disappointed. So times have changed. Doug, nothing, quote, sudden about Philly. Hurts and Barkley both on the top of their game, two best young cornerbacks in the league. We're going to wish they didn't put Rakestraw on IR and keep a slot of returning players. Rakestraw will be back, in 3 more games, something like that. So whatever it is, I don't remember the timeline exactly. He'll be back. But, also, if that's the second time this season that hamstrings popped up for him, so I get it. Just let it rest, let it get fully healthy so it doesn't keep popping back up. Let's see, Trump hit the like for the guy. Yes, if you guys can, please hit the like and subscribe button. The non-laughers, no touchdown, giving up in the last 10 quarters. Exclamation point, defense is humming, minus Vildor. It is, but we can all have our issues with the defense or the injured players, but still look at what they're doing out there. 70, I like the guy. You know what? I like you too. I've known you a long time, and thank you for all you do. Trumps, I like you. Hey, I like you too, man. Let's see, DM5, glad we got the win, but Vildor stinks. Can't put him out there going forward. We'll see what they do with him. Don, Hurts doesn't scare me at all. Fair enough. JDC, getting real in the D. Go Lions. I concur. Paperback fan, green citations, Duke Crew. Not the prettiest, but a win is a win. Go Lions. 100%, man. There's just going to be games you're emotionally more pumped up for it than other games. And hey, it's part of life. Nobody hits every jump shot. Nobody hits every throw, et cetera. You go through the laundry list of stuff. The Lions, though, with all the things they didn't do well yesterday, they still won by 18. Brother Ken, Green salutations. Dan and Duke Crew from the Mile High City. Hopefully it's a great start to your day, my friend. Always good to see you in the chat. Long time Lions Talk Liver. See, Rob, a wise man once said, woo, and I'll go with that. Let's see, and good morning to you too, Rob. Gun Guy, SOL fans being quiet lately, laughing out loud, still waiting for that L. They are, man, and hey, it's part of it, man. Some people have been just so emotionally harmed, I guess you could say, by this franchise over the decades. It's hard for them to move on and actually accept the fact the team is good. I'd say, Big D, what's up with Monty? Hopefully it's just a sprain to his shoulder. My guess is he plays Thursday, but they probably put a lot more padding on under his pads. Robert, greetings and salutations. Same to you. Mike the Marine Gunny. Howdy, Dan the Duke Crew. Lions 10-1. Prayers to injured Lions. Can I get a triple? Woo! You know what, Gunny? You probably more than anybody deserves it. So 1, 2, 3. And there's your triple woo. Motown Mitch. Lions rule, Bears drool. Lions just feasted on Colts, but left plenty of room for from roasted bear on Thanksgiving. Let's hope we eat all the bear we can. Ronald, what do you got? Eagles can't beat a shot. Shaquan gone, get battled up. Let's hope so. Let's hope, what was it? They face the Ravens and Steelers coming up. If they could lose one of those games or both of them, I'm guessing Lions fans would be happy. Monty, let's see. Monty Decker said that they are good to go. Article up on Lions website. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for that. I'll have to check it out. Matt Hatter, what do you got? Carlton Davis is so vital, and I really hope he's good. One pride, great win. Woo! Yeah, you're spot on with that, man. I know there's been fans that have taken their shots at both Davis and Arnold, but I think when you see the other guys come in, that really accentuates just how good those two are in playing. Let's just hope they're both get healthy in a hurry. Answer 14, greetings, salutations. Coach of Duke Crew, did Mosley even get a snap? I don't think he did. Hopefully he can fill in for the roster depleted secondary. Yeah, I'm guessing, it's my guess. So keep what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. My guess is they just wanted him to get right, get back on the field, be a part of the team last week. And now this upcoming Thursday, potentially get him out on the field actually playing defensive snaps. Rob, we need a woo button. Hey, order it on up. Maybe we'll have to create a woo button. Big D, thanks, Burr. Your brother in Christ, December 15th, Super Bowl preview. Could be. Let's see. Rocky M, good morning. All watching other teams, and some are looking good, and others looking like they're just coasting to get their wins. But I'm hoping we can step up and get another gear now. Yeah, hopefully take everything to another level. Let's see. Lions Talk Live fan. Demo hurt his D-Money hurt his shoulder. He did. DM5. If they don't falter down the stretch, the Eagles look like some real competition for the Lions in the playoffs. But I have faith we can find a way to win. Me too, man. Me too. Big D, great job yesterday on that QB. 100%. Let's see. Mega Hustle. What do you got? Goff would carve up the Eagles defense. Let's hope he does, man. And we might face it in the NFC title game. Trump's next man up. Craig Reynolds. I agree. Him and probably Sion Vaki. Lions Talk Live fan. How long has it been since we didn't get a passing TD? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I just don't know the answer offhand. Lions for life. We have the highest scoring offense in the league. Not worried about any team. I'll go with that and agreed. Let's see, Trey. Hey, good to see you, Trey, this morning. Rise and shine to the Duke Crew. Lions are rolling. Hopefully the injuries don't hurt in the long run. I agree with that. At some point, it will have an effect. It is having an effect, but they're finding ways to find the answers to it. And like I said earlier, we'll start getting some guys back here probably the next month. Derek, good morning, coach and crew. We still beat the Bears, but we're going to need some more cornerbacks for Green Bay and the Bills. 100% with that. 100%. Kurt Steele, what up, though, Duke Crew? What up, man of Steel? How you doing this morning? Big D, if Monty couldn't go, it would not be good. But I would be so intrigued to see how good Gibbs could do a whole game on his own. I think he's ready for it. I also get from a coaching standpoint why they don't want him. They just want to keep him as fresh as possible. We'll have to wait and see. My guess is if Monty can't go at some point, you're probably putting in Craig Reynolds or Sion Vaki, or maybe it's all three of them. JDC, Hoops Tank without a fight. There you go. Let's see. Matt Hatter, what do you got? E. Mosley could be a huge help if Carlton Davis is hurt. Amik has been playing great lately. Yeah, you're right. On Robertson, he's gotten better in Vildor, yikes. Is the universal comment this morning. Rob Indy showed no quit. You have to hand them to that. Yeah, they want to go out there and perform. Richardson came in off his greatest game of his career, early as it may be in his career, but the Lions did expose some things. His accuracy issues are still there. He's definitely improving and getting better. I think he could be something given time. Don Monty said he's good to go. Article up all over the web. Thank you for that. Big D, Vilder made me realize how good our rookie has been playing. Agreed with that, without question. DM5, Vilder looks like he doesn't belong in the NFL field. He was out of position and was scared to make him a tackle. He definitely gave receivers a lot of separation, we'll put it that way. Matt Hatter, it's a shame people will forever compare Stafford and Goff. Yeah, at some point, man, it's been 4 or 5 years. It's time to just move on from the topic. And I get it, if we face the Rams in the playoffs, it's going to come up again. Probably next year, if we play them again, it's going to come up again. It's just, the two are forever tied. Let's be fair. Med Diesel, we got Big D. You are right. I'll go with that. Jason, another win, another injury or two, Superdome or bust. I'll go with all that. Don Burr, my question was, why not see how Emmanuel Mosley a shot? Vilder was trash all game. I get you, man. I get you. I can't answer that. I think you're probably going to see him Thursday in some degree. Why he didn't get out there yesterday, I don't know, man. Big D, Goff and Stafford is gone. Yeah. Goff is Goff. Stafford is gone. Correct with that. And yeah, it's really time to move on from it. But again, it's always going to be there. Don looked. Correct. He did look. DM5, Don Burr, I was asking the same thing. Derek, are we desperate enough to put Vaki in on defense? Vaki or Vilder? Maybe as a safety in an emergency situation. I don't know if you'd want him out there as a cornerback against NFL receivers, but hopefully they have some better answers. Big D, Derek, yes. Don Burr, Glasgow is losing a step. He gets beat early and often. I would agree with you, Don. To me, and it sounds like some of you guys watching him last year versus this year, he does look vastly different. I think he'd probably a sound backup, but I don't know if I'd want him as a starter anymore. It could be the Lions coaching staff is viewing that as a possibility too, which could be why Christian Mahogany was actually activated yesterday. I know I've talked about it ad nauseum about him, but the fact that he's still out there and wasn't put on the IR once his 21-day window was over and now active for a game, I think they feel like they've got a real home run there. All right, there's 14 minutes left. I'm going to try to speed through some of these to try to get people on who haven't been on as much so I can try to get everybody on there. Kurt's still getting spoiled with all the victory monies. I agree with that, and I'll take more. Matthew, greetings, salutations, good morning, everyone. Superdome, Super Bowl, woo, woo, woo. Sheila likes to, woo, in the fresh morning dew. How about a shot of that old dew? I'll go with that. And you know what, real quick, I'll give you one. All right, Matty B, the O-line is beat up with Panay is getting lit up in certain schemes. Yep. They're out there grinding. At this point of the year, everybody's beat up. I agree. Don Vaki, he plays safety. Vilder plays corner. I'll go with that. Big D, we got Mahogany coming for Bert. That is true. I think ultimately, whether it's this year or next year, I think that's probably where they go. Derek, I was just joking. Don, correct. Lions Talk Live fam. Who's the next man up after Vilder? What to see? Don breaking that 6-game Thanksgiving losing streak, one of the biggest needs to break. I agree with that. Get that over. Matt Hatter, Don Burr, what's going on, Mahogany? Is he out for the year? No, he was active for yesterday's game, first of the year. He definitely is needed for extra depth. And you know what? He can, from what I've seen of the kid, him in the running game might be something. Him in the passing game, that where I don't know. I don't know if he's the greatest at pass blocking. Trumps, I think it's dumb to play Monty, let Craig Reynolds get a game. Maybe. How do you meet Lions Talk Live fan Emmanuel Mosley? And let's not forget, going back for this real quick, Monty probably wants to play against the Bears for obvious reasons. I probably all get that. He's going to power through it. Then maybe if he needs a game off, it would be against Green Bay or something like that. Let's see, Big D, but he still played better than Vilder. Agreed. All right, looking for people who haven't been on as much. How about a shot of that good old do and a hearty Sheila woo? Well, I got you at least a woo. Sorry about that, man. Matt Hatter, so he's healthy. As far as I'm aware, yes, he is healthy. Don Burr, Mahogany just got activated for the first time in his career yesterday. He did. Manifest my destiny. It will be interesting to see the health of our corners coming Thursday. We may have to work with Amik Robinson and Emmanuel Mosley as their starting corners come Thursday. Let's hope CD's injury is not serious. Let's hope so. Trump's, yes. Excuse me. Don Burr, yes. Trump's. Craig Reynolds is on the team for a reason. He is. J-Mo, good morning. Coach and Duku, exclamation point, winning. I like winning. Matty B, Arnold should be up. Let's hope so. G-Mo, woo! I'll go with that. Phil, no snow yet in Traverse City. Enjoy it while you got it, my friend. Lions Talk Live fan. Time for Lawrence Strickland? Yes. As a safety, maybe. And maybe you got to move Branch to corner again. That is a possibility. Matthew, can't believe that Vikings and Bears ending. It was a weird one. Don Burr, Bears wide receiver core isn't bad. DJ Moore and Romaduze, Keelan Allen all need all hands on deck. Yeah, for them. Agreed. DM5, what's his TA's injury? He had a pulled groin muscle, but it sounds like from what the MCDC was saying Friday that he's probably good to go. Lauren Vilder kept getting beat early and often. Brandon, groin, yes. Aaron, Jake Bates, rookie of the year, might be. Vilder trash, says Don Burr. Matthew, what happened to Emmanuel? He's still recovering, I'm guessing. All right, Matty B, he is back from IR. DM5, I'll say it, Dan Vilder looked like garbage. I agree, man. You get an argument from me. JDC, injury gods, come on, man, be nice. Let's see if they are. Derek masturbates has a good grip on kicking game. He does. Aaron, will Holmes go and get a kick returning? We'll see. We'll see what he does. Jess, Vildor isn't good in man-to-man. Not sure if he's better in zone. I don't know if he's good in anything, for a starting level. Let's see. Anthony, should be they play Mosley over Vildor if either Davis or Arnold can't go? My guess is that's probably what you're looking at. I could be wrong. Phil, will St. Brown continue to return kicks? I would think not, but they don't ask me. Drums, they have some real yards ruining the game of kickoff rules. Aren't good. Inside kick rules or onside kick rules aren't great either. Just this may be a track meet. We will have to outscore them. Their defense is not bad. No, their defense is pretty decent. I like their defense, especially their secondary. Lions Talk a Lot fan. Emmanuel Mosley's last NFL game was on October 9th, 23. One and done, out for the season. He was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Too bad for him, man. Rob, did I foresee 10-1 coming on Thanksgiving? Question mark. Heck, no. No, I think most of us probably did not. Jess, Mosley can't be worse than Vildor. We'll find out, man. Patrick Carlton Davis said after the game that he was fine. Yes, and I'm hoping he is, man. Just waiting for that scan to confirm that he is okay. Doug Branch seemed to be shadowing AR. Seemed a touch off in his coverages. Might be indeed 100%. Let's see, looking for people. Let's see, imagine if CD injury was nothing, TA back, and Moses will be back. D backfield will be crazy good. Yes, I agree with you. If they all get healthy and back, we're looking at a pretty good secondary. Don Burt Davis said after the game he would know more after imaging and test today. Correct. I think we're on the same page there. Greg Duke Crew in Main City says a big woo! Vildor will be just fine. Let's hope so. Maybe he had to get some of the nerves out of his system. Silver, good morning, coach and everyone else. Back at you, Patrick. Fortune favors little boys and girls and teams named Lions. I'll take all the above. Let's see, the non-laughers defense bends but not breaking. You're not wrong there, man. They've done a great job these last couple of games. Send Vildor packing. All right, we'll pack him up. Just that is a problem if Vildor is in zone coverage, but supposed to be in man coverage. That's not helping. I agree. But that's coachable. That's something you can teach and get them better with. Big D, they are way healthier than us, probably. Don Burt, defense not bending. No TDs last two games. Matthew, did they give a definite time frame on Anselm coming back? Yes, 6 to 8 weeks. So, probably right around week 17, 18, first game of the playoffs, something in that time frame. Tommy Cripps, let him cook 100%. Jess, my golden retriever can supplant Vildor. He covers the ball better. Maybe he does, man. We'll sign him up and get him a jersey. Chris, what do you got? Turkey tastes better after win. I agree with that, my friend. Let's see, Silver Coach, glad for the win, but I have to say Lions caught a few breaks and favorable calls. Last Gibbs touchdown was snapped with the clock expired. What can I say? The Colts impressed me. AR got skills. Yeah, so in regards to the play clock, once it hits 0, most officials do a 1 count afterwards. If the ball isn't in motion from the snapper, that's when the flag comes out. But if it zeros and you can see the ball moving from the snapper, they typically don't call it. Try to think of when the Baltimore Ravens hit that long kick against us, there were a lot of people complaining that they got an extra second or two, which they did, but that is part of the reasoning behind it. Lions Talk Live fan, I would rather see Lawrence Strickland at cornerback than Vildor. All right. Let's see, Rocky M, with all these games now, they need 2 breaks during the year. I would agree. I think they should add another bye week to it, but you know what? We'll see if they ever do it. DM5, if I were playing, I would collectively bargain for a second bye week. Yes, I think they've been making some pushes towards it. We'll see if that ever happens. Jess, if AR was better and have a better supporting cast, it would be dangerous. Yeah, and then give them time to grow. I mean, you're looking at the difference between some players. Most players in the NFL, there's not usually a massive difference between the starter and the backup. It usually is a game of inches for a lot of them, but you can see the difference in a couple different spots. David, the NFC North is so good, it's hard to know how bad the Bears really are. You're not wrong there, man. You're not wrong. Let's see, just at some point, I would take Vildor getting pass interference over completions, even balls off his helmet. Fair enough. Silver, I wonder why not Amik Robinson opposing Davis if TA is out. I think it's just because Davis, he's more of a slot corner than an outside corner. I think he would have some struggles too on deeper routes as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's where they go. Just why not play 3 safeties, move Branch over? I think that's what they could end up doing if both of the starting corners can't go. Put maybe Branch more towards the slot like last year. Maybe they do have to move Meek Robertson out wide, and then whoever on the other side. Dominic, good morning from Texas. Back at you. Hopefully it's a great day for you. Ryan Vildor was holding back to bait the Bears. Maybe that's it. Maybe he had a game plan. Kurt Steele, Sweat is 28. Yeah, 28, and maybe starting to show a little bit signs of fatigue. Kurt, Ryan, or wishful thinking, maybe. Just Caleb is going to kill us. He will extend the plays, just a smaller version of AR, but a better passer. And that I would agree on some stuff there for sure. I think he can extend plays, but it's okay in AR-15. The one thing that probably saved in some instances the Colts is the fact that AR could outpower some of the people trying to tackling him and got rid of the ball before a sack or whatever else happened. The Bears' offensive line, I think that's where the Lions have some similar success against the Colts and the Bears. The Bears' offensive line, especially the interior, is not great. Kurt Steele, we got Jess. Same old Lions take, bro. Okay. Ryan laughing. Brian, good morning. Dan and crew. Who loses another game first, us or Casey? Casey should have 4 losses. Yeah, they keep finding a way to win, though. I'll go with KC will lose before us just because I'm a Lions homer. T-Bones, we got the Lokes, the Bone Lokes. Am I the only one whose heart dropped seeing St. Brown punt returning? Yeah, I don't like that at all, man. John W., Bears are good in red zone. Fair enough. Jess, we must have an all-star IR team. We've got a pretty good team on the IR. Kurt Steele, the T-Bone Lokes, yes, sir. The Lauren, Kurt, you on today at 8? I believe he is. Kurt, Lauren, yes, sir. Jess, big risk having Amon-Ra out there. Kick returns, can't afford to lose him either. I agree with that. David, we need to focus on the Bears and staying the number 1 seed. At this point, that's what it's all about. Let's see. All right, looking for some other people here. Freddie TP will have his first touchdown on Thanksgiving. Let's go with that. Brian, I don't think I'll ever listen to Woodward again. Over there, they're talking about the Lions looking at Daniel Jones. They're done, lost their minds. Jones goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. Could be where he ends up. Doug, guard, tackle, center, might be. Phil, will the league do anything about these skits after touchdowns? It's getting a bit ridiculous. I don't know, man. We'll see what they do with it. Let's see. Kurt Steele, can't win by 30 every week. Nope, but we can hope. Verbal Kent, the Lions played knowing they have to play on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think if you watch the play calling early in the game, I know we talked about that during the live cast. I think they were trying to be as vanilla as possible to not really give up anything. I don't know. That's just my take. Brent, agreed, Kurt. Enjoying the shine and not worried about the draft yet. Salute. There you go. Let Broski back for the Bears game. Probably not, man. He's on a permanent ban unless he can convince me that he'll be, a good person. I'd say, Matthew, do we have anyone that can fill in for Amik Robertson? Amik and Emmanuel would cover the back. Yeah, maybe that's where they go. The only thing I can think is moving in maybe Brandon Joseph next to Kirby Joseph and moving Brian Branch up into the slot. Nate B. Green, citations coach. I would move Branch to nickel. Correct. We're thinking alike there. Put Amik out wide and then have Brandon Joseph at safety. Man, spot on, man. Spot on. Let's see. Silver Surfer, Anthony Richardson has by far the strongest arm in the NFL. I believe that ball went right through his receiver's hands, and second and goal, it was a bullet. You're not wrong. They should have scored a touchdown there, but yeah, the tight end dropped it. DM Fump, got to run. Thanks, Dan. Go Lions. Woo! We'll see you on the next one, my friend. Bo, open chat Thursday, guys and gals. Who's coming in to moderate? Yeah, I won't be here. I'll be able to do the pregame. And to be fair, I guess my sister said we're going to start at 1 o'clock for the Thanksgiving dinner. So I'll probably have the pregame going at noon. I'll be able to stay for probably most of the first quarter, and then I'll be gone probably the rest of it, but I'll leave the chat up and running. Kurt Sale, Ryan Feather, yep. Greg King, quit picking on B and coach. Tell them up, he'll be fine. Yeah, coach him up a little bit. Go 100%. Let's see, Dennis, what up, though, Kurt? We'll find out. Detroit D, good morning, Duke Crew. Same to you, my friend. Hopefully it's a great day. Great win yesterday. Man, every win is great. So we think alike. Greg, quit picking on Vildor. Coach him up 100%. You're going to have to because you don't have somebody else right now. Dennis, Hex, yes. Derek, you could easily hear the Lions fans in the crowd. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of videos after the game of Lions fans, etc. Green, sanitation, same to you. Boo, Vildor, just awful. Not the greatest for sure. Henry Moore, good morning, everyone. Late here, slept in. What a game. I had to watch on a phone. Again, our defense dominated. Go Lions. You got to love what the defense is doing, without question. Detroit D, he was on special teams yesterday. He was. Phil, Jack Campbell played great. He did, man. Captain Jack. Yes, you guys are right. He did play very well. JDC, Deshaun Townsend is working on fixing the defensive backfield as we chat. He probably is. Keep sharing carries. Yeah, keep them all fresh. Don't overburden anyone. Doug, we won on the road without Anzalone, without Arnold by 18 points. Relax. I'll go with that. Let's see. Jake Bates continues to amaze me. Yeah, you can see he is developing and developing quickly. Nicholas, if either outside corner is out, Amik Robinson should shift over outside, maybe branch up to nickel slot. Yeah, we're all on the same page with that. Chris, what do you got? Captain Jack and Mr. Gibbs, baby? Yeah, I knew where you're going with that, man. David, we must keep winning and keep the insurance back. 100%. And get the injured guys back. Yeah, Matthew Grace, do we have any wide receiver who played cornerback in college? Man, they'd get roasted. It's so difficult to play cornerback in the NFL level. Yeah, if you haven't done it for a while, you've got no chance. Doug Glasgow likes center and right guard better. Probably very true there. Brent Grepp, GG played much better at right guard. He did. Paper bag fan, Mosley plays some special teams. Okay, he did. All right, thank you for that. I was not aware of that. David, we need 2 wins and a rest. Oh, that would be great. Lauren, after the Bears game yesterday, we are going to have to show up on Thursday. I agree. I think the Bears, I'm not overlooking them by any stretch. JDC, happy trails. Go Lions victory. We'll see you on the next one. Greg King, so you are throwing Vilder under a bus. What happened to coaching him up? We'll coach him up. Lauren, 10 quarters and tutties on the Lions. That's crazy. 2.5 games without touchdown scored on us. You're not wrong there. D-Dunk, not sure why everyone trashes Vilder. He's cornerback 5, and he's starting outside versus rough draft picks. He's depth and special teams. Everyone acts like he's a great top 5 corner. No, he had a bad matchup yesterday. I'm hoping he plays better in the future. D-Dunk, high draft picks on Colts. Correct. All right, Verbal Kent. Lions played the Colts knowing that they're playing in 4 days. I think there's a lot of truth to that. HH3, no more Amon-Ra St. Brown on punt returns. Way too risky. I'm with you there 1,000%. D-Dunk, what do you got? If we're starting cornerback 5, we need to be happy for a win. You're not wrong there. Wise words being spoken. Doug St. Brown took a vicious hit on the last return. He did that a little bit, and I don't want him out there on returns. D-Dunk Dorsey should be without Khalif. Okay. PR without Khalif. Correct. Punt return. Thomas, thank you. Detroit Lions. I'll go with that. Brent, no St. Brown returning any more punts, please. All right. Phil, it's good to have Joseph C. back in the crew. 100% with that. 100%. Vape, what do you got? Good morning, Coach Dan and Duke crew. Woo! Super Bowl is coming. I think so. Brent, happy. Gosh, got to pop up here. Hold on. Brent, happy trails, one pride. Back at you. Mike was at 505. Can't get no help from the other teams. We need to keep winning. Vikings are too close for comfort. I'm agreeing with you there. Sanders only see 149 likes on YouTube. Let's pound that like button, fellas. Thank Dan for this. Yeah, thanks for that, guys. If you guys can, we think at our peak we had a little over 800 people watching. So if you guys can, real quick before you check out, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. If there is breaking news today, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. Otherwise, be a good human being. Be kind to each other. Do nice things for people you don't know. And we'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody. You're still here? What are you doing here? It's over. The show's over. Go home.